Good morning, everybody, and it's your favorite pain in the neck again. So this morning, what we're going to discuss is apple cider vinegar. Is it good or bad? Because I get this question a lot from a lot of people. Just like yesterday, the high blood pressure thing was really about. That was a viewer that wanted some more information on the high blood pressure. So. This is a new question that came in regarding apple cider vinegar and what are the pros and cons? Is it good for you? Is it not good for you? Well, I guess we're going to explore that a little bit today. So if anybody's around, chime in, say hi, comment, share, thumbs up, whatever. It just helps spread the word out, and maybe we'll get this information out. So if we start this morning with, let's see, a few little updates, okay? So, the shameless plug portion. The Brain Gut Fix Diet, my new book, is coming out in only about 2 weeks, by the end of this month. And I suggest you should all get it because it is a step-by-step guide that will take you through the process of synchronizing your brain-gut systems. And there's a couple of them in your body, besides your cranial one. And it's no nonsense. I mean, you follow this, you could be a dummy and still make sense of it. And plenty of options, but it guides you right through it. You're not going to have to question it or anything. A lot of stuff that I cover on here is actually covered in there in greater depth. So pick that up when you can, and I'll let you know when it's released. And hopefully you'll all enjoy it and get benefit from it and become a lot healthier. Anyway, okay, so let's begin. So, apple cider vinegar. We hear so much about it, don't we? Everybody's saying, take it. Does it help you lose weight? Does it do this? Does it do that? Well, let's look at some of the. I'll leave my drink if you don't mind. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So let's explore this, okay? Let's look at the side effects, some of the side effects that may come from apple cider vinegar, right? And let's see what we got here. So, some of the side effects of taking apple cider vinegar, and by the way, this is not all going to be bad. There's some redemption in it, so don't worry about it. So, when you take apple cider vinegar, it could create what's called delayed stomach emptying. And that's when it delays the emptying of the whatever you've eaten from your gut. It can also lower the potassium levels and bone density, osteoporosis, things like that. And lowering potassium is not good. And if you already have low potassium, it could become very dangerous. And it could create somewhat of bone loss, all right? Also, digestive side effects, because if you have ulcers or things like that, it could really irritate them. So that's another side effect. Erosion of tooth enamel. Why is that? Because, well, this is an acid, right? So it will erode things, right? So you got to be careful of that. Throat burn, the esophagus. You could actually burn your esophagus if you're not careful using this because, once again, we go back to that, it's an acid. If you put this on your skin, you can also end up with a skin burn because, remember, it's acid. I keep on going back to acid, right? It could also create nausea and indigestion. Now, those are just some of the side effects of taking apple cider vinegar. So, listen, just because it's natural, all natural things can also be very dangerous. They can be curative, but they can also be dangerous. So, although there is some indications that there are positive aspects of apple cider vinegar, you still have to be aware of the negative side effects that could occur. So, now, if you're on drugs, some sort of medications, then you really need to pay attention because so drug interactions. So diabetes medication. If you're on diabetic medication, people who take insulin or insulin-stimulating medications and vinegar may experience dangerously low sugar and potassium levels. So you have to be aware of that, okay? And I know on the internet you hear a whole bunch of stuff, the miracle cures, this and that, blah, blah, blah. In all reality, we have to look at the facts. I only give you the facts, then you decide what you do or don't want to do. Dioxin, lanolin. This medication lowers your blood pressure potassium levels. So taking it in conjunction with apple cider vinegar could lower potassium too much. So if you're on one of those kind of drugs. Now, certain diuretic drugs, and a lot of people I know that are on those diuretic drugs, and I wish you all get off them. There's other ways to do it. But if you're trying to avoid congestive heart failure, I get it. Some diuretic medications cause the body to excrete potassium. To prevent potassium levels from dropping too low, these drugs shouldn't be consumed with large amounts of vinegar. Now, here's the interesting thing. We always keep going back to potassium, right? Potassium, potassium, potassium. We keep losing potassium, bone density, so we have to be real careful of how we use it. Sorry, I'm having my Benefits whole body shake like I do every morning, and you should be too. You know, when I drink this stuff, man, I made it for myself and I share it with other people. So you can actually go to my website and buy it. $59. How can you go wrong? And it's jam-packed. But I'll tell you, every time I drink it, it feels like I'm cheating because it's like this really dark chocolate, rich dark chocolate, you know, velvety taste, and it's really good. And it's all vegetarian and keto friendly. So you on keto diets or vegetarians, fear not, you can have it. So anyway, now let's get on to the next thing here. So, to use apple cider vinegar, I told you there was some redemption in this, right? So, to use apple cider vinegar, here's some little things that you should know. So, limit your intake. Start with a smaller amount and gradually work your way up to a maximum of 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons. Not a whole jug of it, okay? 2 tablespoons, which is about 30 ml a day, or could be considered 1 ounce, 30 ml, depending on your personal tolerance. I wouldn't start there. I would start with 1 teaspoon if I were you, and I would mix it with water. Okay, minimize your tooth exposure to acidic acid, which is apple cider vinegar. Try diluting the vinegar in water and drinking it through a straw so it doesn't hit your teeth, because then you don't want to lose that teeth. You don't want to lose those teeth or you erode those teeth, because God only knows you're spending a lot of money on those teeth cleanings, right? So you don't want to lose that enamel, so you don't so you lose the chiclet look, right? Okay, now also rinse your mouth with water after taking it to prevent further enamel damage, and wait for at least 30 minutes before brushing your teeth. And why is that? Because you want to wait for this. And by the way, not just brushing your teeth, but don't even drink coffee or anything, because those, you know, it becomes pretty absorbent for a while after you have that on your teeth or it's around your teeth, and it may stain them somewhat. Okay, there was a big thing with teeth whitening mouthwash. And I won't say the name of it because I can't recall exactly, but I do know exactly because I had an experience with that myself, where if you actually used it and then you ate something or drank something, or, you know, like a juice or a coffee, or it would actually, you know, leave spots on your teeth. Really bad, huh? So anyway, that's that. Okay, here we go. Now consider avoiding it if you have gastrointestinal issues. So avoid the apple cider. Or limit it to 1 teaspoon, 5 mils, in water or salad dressing. In other words, you want to dilute this. You don't want to take it straight. And beware of allergies. Allergies to apple cider vinegar are rare, but stop taking it immediately if you experience an allergic reaction. So these are things that you really need to consider before you take apple cider vinegar. And remember something. It is not a cure-all for everything. It's something that you can incorporate into your diet. vis-a-vis salad dressings, vis-a-vis, ingredients, other ingredients that you use in foods. Don't drink it straight. Don't ever just take a shot glass and say, hey, I'm going to just drink this straight. Don't do that. Use it in very minimal quantities, and don't use it for a long period of time. In other words, use it for a little while, then take a break, take a week off, then try it again a little bit. And please, all natural substances are much more potent than most medications, prescription medications, because they're really the mother lode. They're the source, right? So just because something's natural doesn't always mean that it's great for you. And if you take too much, with medications, they go, take one pill. If I take two, it's much better. Well, with natural medicines, less is better because it's really powerful. So apple cider vinegar, good or bad? Well, it's not bad. And how good it is, we really don't know yet. My grandmother, by the way, every day when she woke up in the morning, our thrill as kids were that she would go right into the kitchen, she would chop up garlic cloves into little bits and pieces, and she'd always wear an apron, and she'd stuff it in the pocket of her apron, and then all day long she would just eat the garlic, which obviously is very good for your blood, cleansing your blood and all that sort of stuff. Apple cider vinegar somewhat has a similar type of effect, of that cleansing effect. Is it going to help you lose weight? Minimally. If you have digestive disorders, if you have ulcers, if you have a sensitive stomach, if you have IBS, if you have any of those gastrointestinal issues, stay away from apple cider vinegar. It could do more harm than good. Remember, if you're on certain medications, that if certain medications, you want to kind of stay away from it because it might affect or interact in a negative way. So that's pretty much the skinny on apple cider vinegar. So you're pretty safe if you use it in small quantities, one teaspoon to 2 tablespoons max. Mix it with water, mix it real good, drink it. Don't brush your teeth for 30 minutes afterwards. And if you have any gastrointestinal issues, do not use it because it could inflame the issue. And if you're diabetic, type 1 or type 2, always talk to your personal care physician prior to doing that because it could affect your insulin uptakes. And you can always avoid a lot of this stuff by just using benefits every day. I've already done the measurements and the calibrations on this formula. It's great. You're going to have a full spectrum multivitamin. You're going to have 16 grams of protein, pea protein, by the way, that is. You got your digestive enzymes. You've got your probiotics, prebiotics. You've got reishi, maitake, mushrooms. You've got liver support. You've got 1,000 milligrams of turmeric with bioprene, which helps reduce the inflammation, internal inflammation, which helps your brain gut. By the way, this is a staple of the brain gut fixed diet. So anyway, I've talked enough to you today. I hope you have a great Thursday. And remember, not a lot of apple cider vinegar. And if you have any questions that you might have or a topic you might want me to cover, then I'd be more than happy to. Just PM me or actually just make a comment and ask me what you'd like to hear about. And if it's something that's not too personal, then I'd be more than happy to. So anyway, I hope everybody has a good day. Remember, if you're breathing, you're ahead of the game. And look forward because you've got a full day ahead of you and there's a lot of wonderful stuff you can do. And remember, keep that blood pressure down. I gave you those tips yesterday, and tune in tomorrow and I'll have something else for you. Anyway, have a great day. God bless you all and be safe, happy.